Welcome back, my special robot friends. Today we're joined by this Bushi. So this dude that I'm playing with invites me to school. He speaks Spanish, so we didn't converse much. And this is our first match together, and we come down here and we got this dude whose name is just INA. Nobody ever just wanders around bearing that clan tag with no name. So the thing I like to do to these guys when they're on my team is just annoy the shit out of them. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just keep shooting them. I'm going to just unload every round that loads into my weapons on the dude in the Bushi in Tier 1, because that just annoys me. But a funny thing happens after this match, wherein the guy I'm playing with invites this INA guy to squad. And so now he's on my team. Reluctant to play with the guys, but whatever, I get to talk to the guy for a minute. Turns out he's relatively new. And he thinks he's farming silver in this thing, but to farm silver, you need one of these little teeny robots with little teeny weapons on it, low level. And now I got everybody shooting them because they think that's the thing to do. I don't know. They seem to be doing it. It's too easy to win with that robot. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, drive a Hercules like it's a Bushi. You don't go invisible, you don't lose target lock, you just got to be good. If you're just not that good, well, it turns away from you, so I get right back around and find him. So anyway, this teammate over here invites him to squad, and we're in squad for the rest of these matches. You get to see some of my patented maneuvers in here. I like to play the little robots. My little robots. Oh, I meant to edit that out, but well, I'll leave it in. It's all good. Anyway, here we go, playing with INA. So I've basically ended the conversation right before this match. I said it's kind of rude to play in a Bushi. He says, oh, I'm trying to farm silver. And I'm like, you don't farm silver in a Bushi, you do it in the little robots. Anyway, so I don't know what INA is teaching. I don't know if this guy's just spoofing INA, pretending to be INA, it's actually INA. No idea. Usually you get a name and you put that little INA tag in. I never know what to do. I don't mean that, I'm just saying. Anyway, as it goes, I try and show him how to play in a little robot. That dude right there is the generic player that invited me first, I believe. The other dude seems to roll around the Zenith. And I think I saw him in a Hercules or something else. But all INA ever tells anybody to do is just get a Bushi and abuse people with it. That's our team motto. Abuse people in a Bushi and low tier. Anyway, he doesn't play in the Bushi in any of these matches, so I felt like I reached out and touched somebody. I'll take that one now. Some of you guys like to think about that kind of stuff. Swing in that direction. You can, that's your thing. So, I used to do this robot and I had shotguns all over it, and that was just too easy. Shotguns do too much damage too fast. And it actually takes a little bit of skill to play with these missiles through the 300 meter wasps. So I put the wasps on the robot, basically, to disadvantage myself to make it so that I couldn't focus so fast. It's just a self-nerfing technique. And the key to avoiding wasps, the only thing you got to do to avoid me hitting with you with these things is literally walk sideways. Like I'm walking sideways right now. Notice any wasp that fires at me, if I'm walking sideways, the wasp doesn't hit me. They fly too slow. You have to keep that in mind when you're shooting at people because they take a second to get there. So don't unload your weapon if they're sliding sideways. Don't even bother shooting. The shotgun shoots automatically when it's going to target. The wasps will fire and push the button. So you notice how I dashed there? I started firing the moment I started dashing. That loads up about 4 wasps into a really small amount of space because you're moving faster than they are, and you actually pass them up, and then when you slow down, they pass you back up again. But you can get 4 wasps out of each weapon into something pretty quickly. I can't believe I survived that one. I just your teammate shooting in the back, I guess. And that's how you get up on that roof if you're in a dasher. Hard to do. I was hoping to get back under the roof by the time this guy got down. He's paying way too much attention to what I'm doing. Anyway, he turns around real quick. Let's give that shotgun once. Boom, done. By the time I get down here in my little grizzly. I don't play this one very much, but it does a really fun thing with the speed up. If you can get a really slow robot like a paladin, and you can speed up, and you can literally circle the paladin faster than they can turn around and follow you. And if you reverse your direction, sometimes it really messes with their heads. So if you got a speed up robot, I'm not a big fan of the fast walkers, but that's what their little superpower is. You get right up inside their. I've even done it with Vikings. Just get right up inside their shield, walk around their legs. You're inside their wings and everything. So this is my standard default long-range robot. If I drop into a big map, chances are I'm going to bring this one. It's the only robot I've got that's got 720 meters range. It's got dragonflies on it. I think one of the drones like level 13. The other ones might be like 11 or 10 or 12. I don't know. It's pretty close to the tier 1 ceiling, so it's kind of hard to kill if I play it smart, because every so many seconds it'll refresh the repair drone, kicks in and repairs 30%. There have been times where I've gotten down to almost dead. And within about 2 or 3 minutes, you're back up to full health if you don't take any more hits. So the key to this is staying out of range of everybody else. Unless somebody else has got dragonflies, with max sights, and they've got 720 meters, or they've got long range sniper plasma or bullets, doesn't matter which. They can take you out, but that's about it. Most AI has a maximum range of 500 meters, because most AI is holding a shotgun, and then they'll have, like, the Watchers come stock with dragonflies, so they can reach 600 because they don't put modules on AI. I have so much information to give out about this stupid game, it's not funny. And it's really sad that they're developing it, because it's really the best of the robot games, I think. Mech Arena was the only other one I really played, though, and it's fun, but its matches last much shorter. They've got a win-loss ratio thing where if you win too many in a row, you're going to lose a few, just the way it plays. So this must be the INA guy then, in a Hercules. I don't know, I have a hard time keeping track of my own teammates. I try to, it's just, make it easy to get a point right at them. It takes too much time away from shooting at people. I like this where I've got lots of targets. Out in the open, one gets behind cover, just switch to the next. And keep that range up. This guy's got a sniper rifle, but it's going to do damage to my shields first. And the thing about a sniper rifle, the weakness of it, is if I have any shields, it's going to stop all your snipers. So even if I've just got a little bit of shield, and it takes so long for them to reload. They can be played effectively. I played a Hercules once that had 3 sniper rifles on it. And you put the maximum ramrod on it, because you don't need the distance. And it reloads in like 12 seconds. So it's still pretty slow, but you can do a pretty decent amount of damage. So then what you do is you wait for somebody else to shoot at somebody's shield, get their shield going, and then you fire off that round, which does more massive damage to that. I used to play Bushi's in tier 1, and part of the reason I'm so adamant against it is because I used to do it. And I got to a point where it's like, this is abusive, I'm going to quit doing this, so I quit doing it. And I built an account that just had 1 pilot, 1 Phantom. Phantom was the only thing I built. I didn't have anything else going on one account. And I actually called, the name on the account was Phantom Mantis. And so I had Phantoms on Mantis, basically, with max sights. And I would just stay out of the range of everybody else and just peg people off from a distance. And it was mostly annoying. But I had a real high win-loss ratio. So it can be done in the smallest robots. But I didn't used to like dashers, and I still kind of don't like the fast walkers. But I found that I really like playing the Hercules. The smallest robots are a lot of fun, and that's kind of why I stay in tier 1. It's a lot harder to play them in tier 2 because you can't reach the ceiling in tier 2. If you could max everything on this robot and it was sitting right at the ceiling, you could probably compete in tier 2 okay, but you get to a point with these where everything on them is maxed and you can only do so much. They compete okay in tier 2, but probably not going to win with them a lot. So that's why I stay down here in tier 1. I've got robots. I've got a Bushi, I've got a Ronin, I've got a Viking, I've got a Legionnaire, I've got a Samurai. Because 4 of those robots are stupid cheap when you're a new player. You get to the very end of the deals and they'll give you those. They'll give you 4 of those for $6 each. So for about $24 US, you can get the Samurai, the Viking, the Bushi, and the Legionnaire. And I built the one in just because I like Dashers anymore. I don't know why. So that's the dude that invited me. There's the INA guy. It looks like he's in like a park maybe. It's hard to tell at distance. I'm just trying to back this guy up until I notice there's a dude on the roof. And I got a special way of getting way up on that roof real fast. So imagine you want to get up on the roof of that center building right there. What's the best way to do it? Well, you want to be in a jumper and you just go over and jump up there. But if you're in a dasher, there's certain places where you can get on roofs. I've gotten real good at figuring out where those places are. You can walk up every one of these on either side. So if you're on the other side, it's on the other side, you can walk up the other side of the roof. And you can dash from here. Not only that, but you can dash from there to get up to the top. And so there's no way I could have walked in and walked up those ramps as fast as I dashed to the top of this building. So I'm like 4 dashes going across this. 1, 2, 3, 4 dashes I can go clean across this thing and over the building. So it's fun for a second. Dash over the top of somebody. There is a way to get up on this thing that goes over the flat part of this building. For the dasher, but I've never figured it out. I just saw a dude posted a picture with a Legionnaire saying, here's all the places you can get with dashers if you just know them. Alright, here it comes. It's fun in the jumper too. That's the fun thing about wasps. Wasps are kind of a unique weapon for doing that. And the 500-meter missiles do less damage than the wasps, but they reach out a little further and they fly a little faster. Still takes them about as long to get that 500 meters as it does for these to get the 3. But yeah, it's a good part with no drone. Can't really tell. And I'm not even going to shoot at this poor guy. 5 against 1, that's just unfair. Also, sometimes if you walk down under that flag back there where he was standing next to, if you like go under where the round part is, you walk in that area, you can get behind all that, and you can actually drop out of the floor and pop back in through the air. Little bit of a cheat if you look to it. I'll tell you all the tricks, man. I think leveling the playing field is just giving everybody all the information. Anyway, the little INA dude's doing pretty good. He pulls less and damage every match. That's another little patented move there, being able to back into that gap. If you follow the tread marks on the ground, it allows you to line up on things behind you. Practice it enough, you can back and dash backwards into gaps. So I usually go from that front one back to this one. If you back all the way up to the back of this and dash exactly sideways, well, not to dash sideways. But if you back up to the boxes behind this, dash exactly sideways, there's no barriers to get behind the next building over that long one. Shots in the process, behind this building, and then dash up. So usually I go from that second side right there. I get all the way back, I dash sideways, and I dash forward, and I do them almost back to back, and I'm up on this flag. So that's an easy way to grab 2 flags. You saw the way my patented method for grabbing those 3. But if you got a purple drop mod, you can reach that. Their flag. Oh, full circle. Yeah. When you've got really good cover here, the little robots can hide behind any of this stuff and not take hits. That's sort of an advantage. The downside is you just don't take as many hits. So you find I tend to hover real close to cover and to stand out in the open. The only way to avoid those hounds is to dash out of their range. I'll do that here in a minute. The key with wasps, and I did that right there. Firing at me and I dashed backwards and then didn't go that far. Ran out of juice and exploded. I was saying something about wasps. Key is getting them to hit. Somebody like dashing or whatever. Those hounds just don't do the same damage they used to. When they nerfed those, they became pretty much worthless. I liked them before they even fixed them. They used to, when I first started, they were broken in the sense that they wouldn't go around obstacles. They would just fly straight for the target, so you could avoid them by standing behind something, because they would run into that thing, they wouldn't go around. Or you could move away fast enough. They still followed you. Basically, you just had to seek cover. So you could avoid them in the past. And then they made them so they went around buildings. The next thing you know, everybody's using them. And they're flying all over the place. And anything you see in the air is hounds. The game became unplayable because there was too many self-guided missiles flying around on both sides. It turned into a madhouse. You can go back and watch some of my older videos and see all that. I was like one of the first ones to notice that hounds were fixed. And I was actually playing with the broken hounds. I haven't done with them. They used to be 600 meter missiles. So they were the longest flying missile. And they would actually follow a target. So if a target was fast walking or dashed away,